So today we are going to do quiz.
Not quiz, we'll finish the remaining nutrition part chapter first. Then, if any time is left, we'll go for the quiz. Okay. So first we'll discuss the question paper. Then we'll go for the topic.
Sir, but you told quiz, right?
Yeah, I told the quiz. I asked you to search and keep it for
Sir.
ready.
Is ready, sir.
Yeah, sure. Harini,
Yes, sir.
is it you?
No, sir. Sir, it's me, Mahavir.
Mahavir, okay, sorry. So so first we'll discuss the question paper, then we'll go back to the topic. So we'll start with Mahavir itself. What is the first answer, Mahavir?
First question: the breakdown of complex components of food into simpler substances is called digestion.
Digestion, good. Next, Raghav.
Yes, sir. The set of sir, it is milk teeth.
Milk teeth. Next, Harini. Harini.
Yes, sir. U-shaped.
Third one.
So U-shaped.
U-shaped. The stomach is a thick-walled bag of shape called as an U-shaped. Yeah. Next, Ritvik. Ritvik.
Yes, sir. The protein into simpler substances.
The function of the digestive juices present in the stomach is to break down the protein into the
proteins into the simpler substances.
Sir, fifth one, can I say Jay?
Okay, good. Fifth
So
one,
can I
Jay.
say?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The largest gland in our body is liver.
Good. What is the meaning of Willy Jait?
Sir, the small finger-like projections near.
So in our small intestine,
Good. The small
Yes.
finger-like projection.
which help in absorbing all the important nutrients in our body.
Good. Satvika is there.
Yes, sir.
What is the answer for sixth?
7.5 meter long.
Good. Length of the small intestine is 1.5 meter long. What is the length of the long intestine?
Sir, 2.5 meters.
Sir, 7.5 meter long.
Sir,
Oh, sir is asking about large intestine.
Oh, last.
Sir, 2.5 meters.
2 point.
I think 3 meters. I think.
2.3. So
It's
what is
almost 1.5 meter
Oh.
length of the
Oh.
large intestine. So small intestine is 1.5 meters long. Okay, this is for Ahana Singh. What is the answer?
Okay, give me a minute. The process of digestion takes place in grass-eating animals called rumination.
What is the name? Rumination. Chaitanya, what is the answer for eighth?
Sir, all of the above.
All of the above. So diarrhea is caused due to the infection, indigestion, poisoning, all of the above. So plenty of boiled water mixed with a pinch of salt and sugar dissolved in it is called as an
Oral rehydration solution.
good, Swasti. I'm going to ask you only, but you have given the answer. So what is the answer? Oral rehydration
Oral rehydration solution.
I had a doubt in the last question.
Yeah. Single-celled organisms among the following is. We have the two answers in this.
Sir, yeast.
Yes, sir. Yeast and amoeba.
Okay. So maybe you have done the mistake in that mostly.
Yes, sir, I got that wrong.
Sir, I kept amoeba only and I got it correct.
Okay.
I
Yeast is also
kept
single
yeast,
cell,
so I
right?
got.
Okay. It's a mistake in the option, sir. So I'll keep it correct. Okay, once again I'll upload the results. Don't worry about that. Just wait a minute.
Sir, means who kept amoeba, they are wrong.
No, amoeba is correct and yeast is also correct.
Okay. Sir, means you will change it like both A and B, right?
Yeah, I will change it as B and D.
Sir, but I told us amoeba, so I get a point or not?
1 minute. Okay. So any doubts in the question paper?
No.
No, sir.
So it will be easy.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you send the
Wait a
link?
minute, please. So,
Sir, can you send the link of the quiz?
so right now I can't edit as the two options. I can next time if it do not happen again, okay? I'll check
Okay,
it.
sir. Yeah, sir. Then it will be wrong, right?
Okay. So right now we don't discuss anything about the quiz. First we'll complete this, then we'll come back to
Okay,
the
sir.
quiz topic. So in the last
Okay.
class we discussed about the tooth decay, right?
Good evening, sir.
Good
Yeah.
evening. So what is the pH range to start the tooth decay? At what pH the tooth decay will start? Are you understanding my question?
So could you repeat?
At what pH the tooth decay will happen? So generally if the pH of the in the pH of the mouth is less than 5.6, then the tooth decay process will start. Okay. Understanding?
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Whenever the pH of the mouth falls below 5.6 only, the tooth decay process will start. So why the pH of the mouth will falls below 5.6? Because of the bacteria present inside the mouth, it will convert the sugar into the acids. So if the acid pH value falls below 5.6, it will affect the enamel of the teeth. So enamel also a little bit basic in nature. So these excess acid react with the enamel, which will cause damage to the enamel of the teeth. And enamel is the hardest part of the teeth. Okay. So how we can prevent the tooth decay? How we can prevent the tooth decay?
Sir, we should not eat more sweets, and we should not
Sir, we should
eat
not eat-
outside fast foods like burgers because they are not healthy for our health. We should not eat more sugar items. We can eat items with jaggery. Jaggery also have to eat with limit only. Sugar we should not eat, and junk food we should not eat like burger, pizzas, any outside food, and deep fried items also.
Good. So if you're
Sir, I
eating all
think
these
the
foods,
problem is not like it's not eating outside food, but then like your teeth when if the germs are still in your mouth, then only it can start to attack on your teeth. So you have to properly brush your teeth or rinse your mouth after you eat food.
good.
Sir, or after eating, we should clean with
Gargle.
Good.
Have also
So
got like type of acids which are.
Yes, sir. Sir, because the germs produce acids. Sir, as the germs produce acids, we need to like brush our teeth properly like 2 times a day so that like we can utilize it.
good.
Yes, sir.
So whatever you said is correct only. The main thing is first we should avoid the junk food. It's not only affect the tooth decay, right? Okay, it will have the minimum effect on the tooth decay, but it has a severe effect on the body itself.
Yes, sir. It has an effect on
Okay. After effect will be there on the digestive system and all this comes. So it will indirectly affecting the human health itself. Okay, if you ate also, we should wash the mouth properly after eating. We should gargle, or you have to brush it, right? If you don't eat the sugary items before sleeping, because we'll sleep for 6 to 7 hours, right?
Yeah, yes, sir, and we'll not clean our teeth. Well, they advise us to take brush twice a day, but few people don't do it, right? For those who do not do it, it is advisable for everybody also that we should not eat these sugary items because they are really sticky. When they enter our mouth, they don't come out easily. They stick. So we have to spend some time brushing also. You have to spend at least 3-4 minutes brushing.
Good, Raghav. So that's what we should not eat the sugary items before sleeping. Or if you eat also, you have to drink some water afterwards, so that whatever the sugar items are there left in the mouth itself, it will go into the digestive system. That is the stomach. Okay, that is the first thing. Brushing twice a day. That is the second best option to avoid the tooth decay. Third one,
Sir, we should, after eating, we should always gargle.
gargle. Or properly we have to gargle after the eating of the
Wash
food.
our mouth.
Okay, so it is a good option to avoid the tooth decay. So these are the some methods to prevent the tooth decay. The next one is the tongue, which will have the, it is a very important organ in the buccal cavity to mix
And it
the,
is also strongest muscle.
yeah, so to mix the salivary amylase with the food, which will helps in the mixing of the salivary amylase with the food, and also trying to push the food inside for movement of the tongue. And the very important thing is the taste buds. You want to eat the food for the taste itself, right? Yeah, of course you want to eat for the healthy of the body, but at the same time taste is also, we'll check it. Yes or no? So you'll feel somewhat tastier when you touch the different taste buds on the tongue. If it feels good now, you'll eat more. Yes or no? Obviously. So you can see the different types of taste buds here: sweet, salt, sour, bitter in taste and all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think we have discussed about the esophagus also, about the bolus, antiperistalsis, peristalsis.
Yes, sir. Peristalsis takes place in two items. One is in the digestive system and one is in the excretory system.
Yeah. So next one is the stomach. Generally, we have discussed already the stomach, which is present in the left side of the abdomen. A thick bag-like structure which is present on the left side of the abdomen. Generally, it is a U-shaped part, and it is the widest part of the alimentary canal. Okay. So whatever the bolus is coming from the mouth or the buccal cavity, it will enter into the stomach with the help of the esophagus. So again, here complete digestion will not happen in the stomach. Again, the different enzymes or different digestive juices again properly mix with the stomach, inside the stomach, and will form the partially digested food called as an chyme. What is the name here? What is the name?
Time.
Chyme. So what is the
Chyme.
food? What is the partially food coming from the esophagus?
Time.
It's not chyme, it is a bolus. Okay. From the stomach to the small intestine, what is the food going? That is called as an chyme.
Time.
Okay, don't confuse these terms. Okay, and in the stomach also we have the two important juices will be there. What are those? One is the mucus, the other one is the hydrochloric acid. So what is the role of these two?
Sir, when we eat like a very heavy food or very junk food or like that our stomach can't bear, and that acids will be released and kill the bad germs, and they will like
Generally,
that.
the main role of the hydrochloric acid is to help in the digestion of the food and make the food acidic.
Sir,
Yes,
and it
sir.
also kills a few germs which we eat.
Yeah, whatever the germs or the something unnecessary particles which is entering through the food is killed with the help of the hydrochloric acid, and which will make the food also somewhat acidic in nature, because whatever the digestive juices are there, right, all are basic in nature. If you take pancreatic juice or the pepsin, trypsin, amylase, all these are the basic in nature only, except one, hydrochloric acid. This is only the acidic one in the digestive system. Clear? Is it clear? So they can ask one
Yes,
question
sir.
also. So which acid is present in the human beings? What is the acid? Hydrochloric.
Hydrochloric acid.
Hydrochloric acid is present in the
HCl,
stomach.
hydrochloric acid helps in the digestion of food.
Okay. Along with the hydrochloric acid, which is a very strong acid, Okay, so to avoid any damage to the linings of the stomach will secrete one more juice called as mucus. So mucus will protect the walls of the stomach or the lining of the stomach from the action of hydrochloric acid. So these are the two juices which are produced inside the stomach. Okay, so after this, the food will mix thoroughly with this hydrochloric acid and whatever the digestive juices are there thoroughly in the stomach, and that name it is called as in chyme. Now chyme will enter into the small intestine. So already we have the question on the small intestine. What is the length of the small intestine? It is a 7.5 meters in length and which is completely coiled shape. It is not the exactly straight chain or something like that. If you see the small intestine completely, it will be in the coiled format. Okay, so it is a narrow tube and it will have the two important juices will secrete into this. What are those two important juices? One is coming from the liver, the other one is coming from the pancreas. Okay, so the small intestine is a very important organ in the digestive system. Understanding? Because whatever the food we are taking, it is completely digested only in the small intestine. Yes, we want to store the food, we can store it in the stomach, but if you want to utilize that food to the body, you have to undergo the digestion, right? So this complete digestion will take place only in the small intestine with the help of the two juices that is secreted from the liver and one is from the pancreas. So after the completion of the digestion of food, whatever the waste is there, it will send into the large intestine. Okay, so we can see the what are those two juices and where it is coming from. So already we got this question also. The largest gland present in the body, that is called as in liver. Okay, so which is present in the upper part of the abdomen at the right side. Stomach will be there at the which part of the abdomen? Whether stomach will be there on which side of the abdomen?
Sir, abdomen will up.
Am I going very fast today?
No, sir, you're not going very far.
Okay, if you are not understanding, just stop me. I'll explain you once again. Okay, I'm thinking like I have already told this topic of me itself, right? So just revising completely. That's all. Still, if you don't understand, you can stop me and you can ask me at any time. Don't feel hesitate or shy. Okay, everyone.
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, Ritvik.
Sir, this.
Thinking.
Yes, sir. Yes, right.
Generally, stomach will be there on the lower side of the abdomen, left side. You already seen, right? Where is stomach? Stomach, okay. See here. It is present on the left side of the abdomen. Stomach will be there on the left side of the abdomen. First, abdomen, everybody knows, right? What is abdomen?
Yeah, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Or anybody don't know what is the meaning of abdomen? It will be there here. It's not shown.
Abdomen only the he will born, right?
Okay, so stomach will be there on the left side of the abdomen. The liver will be there on the upper right of the abdomen. Okay, that is the liver, which is the largest gland in the body, which is reddish brown color gland. Okay. Yeah.
Kidney is born in the abdomen only, no?
Back side will be there, right? Kidneys.
No, sir, I am asking that a child will born at abdomen only.
No. Child is not born in abdomen. What you'll say that one? Below the stomach part. I'll tell you that name. Okay, exactly name. So the pancreas. Sorry. What are we discussing now? Liver, right? Sorry. Okay. So the liver will secrete the bile juice. So whatever the bile juice secreted by the liver, which will be stored in the separate sac-like structure that is called as a gallbladder.
Yes, sir. Gallbladder stores the bile juices and Bile juices help in the digestion of fats.
So what is the main important role of the bile juice? The main
It will help in digestion of fats, sir. It will
it helps in the
break down
digestion
into
of
simpler compounds.
the fats. Okay. So fats again break down into the simpler molecules
Compounds.
again. Okay. So there is a main role of the bile juice, which is secreted from the liver. So again, the complete digestion of the fats is done by the pancreatic juice. So whatever the partially digested fat is there, again it will be completely digested with the help of the pancreatic juice. This is another gland present inside the body. So pancreas are the cream colored gland which is located just below the stomach and secretes pancreatic juice. It breaks down the fat into the simpler compounds like fatty acid and glycerol, carbohydrates into the simple sugars, and the proteins into the simple amino acids. Okay. So pancreatic juice is very, very important because it is converting all the types of nutrients to the simpler substances. It can converting the fats, it is converting the carbohydrates, it is converting the proteins into their simpler formats. Okay. So the intestinal juices secreted by the wall of the small intestine also helps in the digestion of carbohydrates and the proteins into the simpler and the water soluble substance. Now the food is said to be digested. The digested food is now absorbed by the walls of the small intestine. So how this absorption will take place? It will take place inside the small intestine like finger-like projection called as in villi. What is the name? Villi. So with the help of the villi, whatever the digested food is there, it will absorb to the absorbed into the blood vessels. Okay. So again, the assimilation is the different process. What is the meaning of assimilation?
Sir, assimilation means the absorbed nutrition will be transferred throughout the body.
Whatever the absorbed nutrition is
It will
there,
be
right?
used by the cells, you can say, because cells can only absorb glucose first of all. So the cells will absorb that glucose and they will release out carbon dioxide again, and this process is called assimilation.
Sir, we can say that the utilization absorbed by the nutrition can cell component.
So whatever the digested food is there, it is utilized by the cell to produce the energy in the form of ATPs. Okay. So this is happening in the presence of assimilation. Okay. So the whatever the digested food is there, it is absorbed into the blood vessels by the finger-like projection called as villi. Okay. So villi possesses a network of thin and the small blood vessels close to its surface. So whatever the digested food materials are there, it will go into the blood vessels and will be transported to the different parts of the body for their repair as well as the building and the growth of the different organs of the body. Okay, so again we know the respiration process, right? What is the meaning of respiration?
Sir, respiration.
The process
It
by
is
which
like taking in air, and that air contains oxygen, and that oxygen will again go to our lungs. The lungs will take in that oxygen, and that oxygen will be transported to the blood, and I mean it will be given to the blood, and that blood will transport it to all parts of the body, every single cell, and when those cells absorb it, carbon dioxide is released. This carbon dioxide is exhaled through the nose.
can I tell?
Yeah.
Respiration is the process by which the oxygen is taken in and used by every cell to produce energy.
So correct, but it is exactly opposite of photosynthesis process only, right?
Yes, so
Yeah.
C6H12O6 plus 6O2 gives 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, photosynthesis, it absorbs energy, whereas respiration, it gives out energy, it releases energy.
Good. Raghu, do you remember like exothermic process or endothermic process?
Yes, sir, I remember.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Exothermic is the interior and the endothermic.
What is the meaning of exothermic?
Sir, exothermic means in our interior, like it causes in interior.
No.
It absorbs.
Okay, we lost Chaitanya. What is the meaning of exothermic reaction and the endothermic reaction?
Sir, exothermic reaction, heat is evolved or released. Endothermic heat is absorbed, I think. Or is it the opposite?
Correct.
Oh,
Exo
okay.
means exosphere. Remember in that way, which is heat is releasing, exhausting. Exothermic means heat is releasing during the chemical reaction. Endothermic means it is absorbing during the chemical reaction. Okay. So respiration, if you take now, after the chemical reaction, energy is releasing, right? Energy is releasing, that is the exothermic process. If energy is absorbing, that is an endothermic process. So respiration is an exothermic process which will release huge amount of energy. Clear now? So that is all about the small intestine. So next one is the large intestine. As we said, large intestine is only 1.5 meter long tube. Generally, it is mostly uncoiled only. Okay, like
Yeah, because it surrounds the small intestine.
it will surround the small intestine. It generally looks like a U shape. If you see the structure of the digestive system, it looks like a U shape. Okay, one part also will contain
Sir,
small
and also it is the
appendix.
sir, and also it is the last organ of digestive system.
Yeah, last organ of the digestive system, but before in the last we have the anus, where the excretion of
Sir,
the part.
and the functions of the large intestine is to absorb the water and some
salts.
from the undigested or unabsorbed food. Like
Yeah, right.
it will take the water and some salts with the undigested food.
It will absorb the salts and the water from the undigested food.
Or
Right.
unabsorbed
So after
food.
removing all these things, it will make the waste into the semi-solid format. Okay. So large intestine will be 1.5 meter long tube. Okay, it is wider and the shorter than the small intestine. So whatever the undigested food is there, it will goes into the large intestine wherever the water and the salt will be reabsorbed. Whatever the waste matter is there, it is then removed through the anus from the body called as an ejection. Okay, sorry. So whatever the facial matter which is removing through the anus from the body is called as an ejection process. Okay, if it going I mean sorry, if it's moving in the form of semi-solid or the regular time interval, that is good for the health. But if it's form removing of the facial matter continuously or in the liquid format, that is called as a stool, right, which is caused due to the diarrhea. So what is the meaning of diarrhea?
Sir, it is like a condition. It is like a disease, we can say, in which we pass out stools frequently.
So main thing is whenever there is an infection due to the water or the food or any other source which is entered into our body, like bacteria or any other harmful substance enter our body, it will cause the infection inside our body, right, inside our small intestine or the stomach. So whatever the bacteria is there, it has to go out. So it will goes either in the form of vomiting or in the form of diarrhea. Yes or no? So vomiting is very difficult. So instead of the vomiting, we can go in the form of diarrhea. If you have to remove the infection, now we can remove in the form of diarrhea itself. So what is the diarrhea means? Generally, we have the stool in the mostly watery format. Okay, it is caused due to the food poisoning or the infection or any other bacteria present inside the food. So whenever the person is having diarrhea, huge amount of water loss will happen, so that the person will feel dehydrated completely. So what is the solution for this?
ORS, oral rehydration solution which will prevent the dehydration of the body and our body will get hydrated.
So regularly you have to take the ORS solution. Nothing but ORS means what? Some
Oral
amount of salt
rehydration.
and the
Oral
pure water
rehydration solution.
and the sugar. Yes or no? Only these three things will
Yes,
be there.
sir.
Salt, sugar, and the water. So we can make the ORS solution also in the home itself. And you have to take that
Sir,
ORS
and we
solution.
can add any fruit also.
It's not exactly any fruits and all, but because if you take
It's
apple at
just
that
like
time,
a flavor.
just a flavor, okay. But if you take like an apple like things, it will increase the diarrhea. We should not take the apple like flavors. Okay, suppose you know ORS packets which is available in the apple format,
Yes,
apple flavor
sir.
format. We should not drink the type of
Not
juices.
it.
We should not take the type of drinks during the diarrhea time. It's not good for the health. We should take the plain, the salt and sugar water itself.
Everyone will get the sachets like only salt, sugar.
Yeah, or we can say this is electrolytes, right? I do drink the electrolytes.
The sachets in blue color.
Good. So that is a diarrhea. So next one is the grass digestion in the grass eating animals. Satvika, what happened? You left the meeting?
Sir, the animal which are eating
cow.
eating the
Boys, please wait.
Sir, I had a power cut.
Okay, okay. So Satvika, any doubts in the diarrhea or the large intestine? Just go through it once. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So next one is the digestion in the case of grass eating animals.
the parasitic animals are also known as ruminants.
Ruminants. Why?
Sir, ruminants are like they have a special stomach with 4 chambers, namely rectilium, human homosome, and abosome. Like
Reticulum.
they will the ruminant initially do not choose the food and they will ingest without chewing, and afterwards when they are hungry they will get back the food again from a homosome and chew it, and so this is very special, so they are called ruminants.
Very good. The main important thing is the
Sir,
grass eating
the
animals.
grass has cellulose.
Very good. The grass has
there
the
is a-
cellulose.
Yes, sir. And these ruminants have a bacteria in the stomach. I don't know its name. It digests cellulose.
Yeah, but we cannot digest cellulose because it is most
We don't have the bacteria.
the carbohydrate sugar, sir. It is most complex carbohydrate sugar.
See, if you take the cellulose, it will not digest at all in the human beings. That's the main important thing. Okay.
How it will digest, sir, because it has a bacteria named like a.
So
Grass eating animal, one more name is herbivorous.
herbivores will be there. Good. That is the
Different diseases.
classification. That is also same only. Don't worry. So in the case
Sir,
of
but
the cow,
herbivores also eat fruits.
No, yes, sir. Fruits.
plant products
They
only
are
it will
only
eat, right?
particular. Yes, sir. They will eat plants, fruits, and all, but here particularly only grass.
Okay. So if you take the grass eating animals, generally grass will contain the cellulose, which is undigestible in the human beings. But these animals will contain the some special bacteria in their stomach. Okay, that is called as an rumen. So these bacteria will break down the cellulose into the energy or different simpler formats. So in the case of ruminants, what is going to happen? First, the cow or any, if you take example like cow, it will eat the grass continuously without digesting or without chewing it, and it will store in the special sac-like structure. So whenever it is free, again it recollect the unchewed food into the mouth, then it will chew properly, then it will convert the cellulose into the different forms in the simpler substance. So
Sir,
this is only called as an rumination. The cud is brought back into the mouth of the cow from the rumen into the small lumps, and animal chews it again. This process is only called as an rumination, and whichever the animals will do this type of rumination, that is called as an ruminants.
Sir, and the process of chewing the cud is called. Sir, and the partially digested food of the rumen is called cud.
Good, good. Okay. So this is what going to happen in the case of digestion in the case of grass eating animals. The main terms are rumination, ruminants, What is a curd? What is a bacteria? And where it will store? There is a rumen.
Sir, it will store in a large sac structure called cachium.
What's the name?
Cacum.
Catum.
AECUM.
What?
CUM.
What?
AECUM. It's a large sac in the bucket.
Can you type the spelling in the chat to everyone? No, you cannot.
I will send to sir. Sir will send to you.
Is it CEACUM?
Yeah, cacum.
That's not cacum.
Then what?
Wait.
Sir, but our teacher spelled it as cacum.
Okay. Just send the spelling.
1 minute. Sir, I sent you. It's cacum, I think.
What is this spelling again?
CUM. CUM.
It is kaikam. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's cacum.
Yes, sir, I told cacum, but kaikum. Okay.
It's kaikam, right?
Sir, but it is similar.
Yeah, it is.
Kaikam. Okay.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, and I have 2 quizzes ready, sir.
Sorry.
And I have one ready with 20 questions.
Sir, I have 2 quizzes ready.
Sure. We'll finish it off. Only amoeba is left part, right? So after this, we'll do the quiz. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir, we are not going to learn about the human reptilian organism.
Sorry.
Sir, we are not going to learn about 4 chambers.
About what 4 chambers?
Rumen, reticulum, masum, and abomasum.
Rumen, reticulum.
So, basum and abomasum.
No. Okay.
Sir, abomasum is the last chamber, right?
Yeah. Sir is asking that aren't we gonna study in detail about these 4 chambers?
Okay. We'll see to it next class. Okay. Next one is the feeding and digestion in amoeba. We know already amoeba is a single-celled organism. So you don't have the separate organs for the digestion process or excretion process or the circulation process and all. Right?
Sir, it follows the holozoic mode of nutrition.
Sir, it's like everything happens in only one.
Water.
So whenever the food particles are there, the amoeba at that time temporarily creates the finger-like projection to surround the food particles.
Sir,
That
it's
is what we
called
call as a
pseudopodia.
pseudopodium. Okay. So once it completely engulfed the food particles, this projection will move out, and whatever the food came inside, it will digest it in the form of food vacuoles. So it will form the food vacuoles, and amoeba will do the complete digestion of these food vacuoles, and it will absorb the whatever the things are required, and again the waste will be ejected from this body itself. There is a adjusted weight in this format.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, when it engulf it will join all together and form a cavity, right?
Yeah, there is only food vacuole, right?
Yeah, sir.
So once if see here, the food is entering into the amoeba from here. Slowly this finger-like projection is forming, that is called as pseudopodium. So once they entered somewhat inside, the pseudopodium will close, and again it will form some vacuole, that is only called as a food vacuole. So it will release some juices into it, and it will absorb whatever the food required for it. Now after absorption,
sir,
what is going to happen?
Sir, they break down the trapped food into simpler soluble substances.
Yeah, it will also have some digestive juices are there inside the vacuoles, okay, which will make the complex food into the simpler substance, and which is used into the different parts of the body for the growth, maintenance, and the multiplication of the amoeba. You know the budding, right? Or the multiplication
yes,
of
sir.
amoeba.
Yes, sir, budding.
So even though it is a single cell organism, it undergoes a different fragmentation process or the budding process.
Sir, amoeba also mostly it undergoes binary fission, right?
Yeah. Even though it has a
Sir,
single
and the
cell,
digestion takes
it
place
undergoes the
within
binary
only the
fissions
one.
and all.
Sir, and the digestion takes place within the one cell, and it is also known as intracellular digestion.
Good. So now the whatever the digestion food is happening, it will goes inside the amoeba, and the remaining waste will be there, right? It will slowly comes to the outer wall of the amoeba or the outer layer of the amoeba. So in that way, it will eject the food outside again. So this is the mode of nutrition in the case of amoeba.
That it will be in the form of pellet, like a pebble.
Yeah. So go ahead. Can you read this paragraph? Amoeba.
Yes, sir. Amobia is a microscopic single-celled organism which is found in pond water. It is a very simple animal and cannot be seen by naked eyes. Amobia has a cell membrane, a rounded dense nucleus, and many small bubble-like vacuoles in its cytoplasm. These vacuoles are of two types, that is food vacuole and contractile vacuole. Food vacuole contains the food surrounded by water, while contractile vacuole contains liquid
Water
or
water
water.
and controls water regulation activity in amoeba.
Yes, sir. And controls water regulation activity in amobia. Its shape is not fixed, that is, it constantly changes its shape and position. The body of amobia has a finger-like projections called pseudopodia
Pseudopodia.
or false feet. It captures food and helps in locomotion of amobia.
Okay, amoeba.
Amoeba.
Okay. So any doubts in this?
No,
Sir,
sir.
sir, there's only
Sir, can I read it?
14.
Sir, can I read it?
Ritvik, wait. Ishan,
Yes, sir.
read the next paragraph.
The food of amoeba are microscopic organisms like tiny plants and animals present in pond water. When amoeba senses its food, it pushes out pseudopodia around the food particle and engulfs it. The two pseudopodia join around the food particle and trap the food particle with a little water-forming vacuole around the food. Thus, the food gets trapped.
Okay.
Digestive juices present
Ishan,
inside
okay,
the vacuole.
enough.
What, sir?
It's enough. Next, Chaitanya.
Yes.
You can read from the digestive juices onwards.
Yes, sir. Digestive juices present inside the vacuole act in the food and breaks it into simpler substances. This digestive food is then absorbed and is used for growth, maintenance, and multiplication of the amoeba.
Amoeba.
The indigested food residue is expelled outside by the vacuole. The basic process of digestion of food and release of energy is as similar to the other organisms.
Good. So any doubts in this paragraph?
No, sir.
Okay. Shall we have to start the link quiz? Shall we start the quiz?
Yeah, sir.
Raghav.
Sir, I send the link to you.
Sir, I'm sending, sir. Raghav.
Sir,
Tell them to be for 5 minutes, sir. Yesterday,
Sir, I sent sir link.
I sent it.
Okay. So I got the two links, Mahavir as well as the Raghav.
Sir, we'll play two of them. Sir, after first one, then second.
Okay, just wait a minute.
Sir, let's play Mahavir's first.
Yeah.
Sir, like I kept it ready and like send the link to you before.
Give the time limit, sir. Then only it will be shown.
no, sir, please, sir.
20 questions. Sir, it was 20 questions.
Yeah, sir. Give the time limit because Manoj sir will keep only 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah, sir. 15 questions, 1 minute, sir. 2 minutes. He will give 3 minutes and tell to do the 15 questions. Like only choose the correct options, not writing, like not naming the products.
Sir, what's the code? I mean, the link.
645.
1 minute, sir.
Oh, the code, I'll tell it. Sir, the code is 733.
Sorry, 733.
Yes, sir. Sir, the game code is 733 2413.
733
2413.
413. Okay.
Mahavir, 1 minute.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. I'll send the link to you again.
Sure.
I think like I.
18 of your friends to join it. Since yeah, I
This
can.
is the correct thing. The second.
Sure.
I can.
Everyone join the link fast.
And sir, keep the time limit, sir. 10 minutes.
Sir,
Not
sir,
10
I didn't
minutes.
get. Sir, I didn't get the link, sir. You didn't send in the chat box.
But you send the code, right, Mahavir? What is the code?
733.
Wait a minute.
Sir, the code is 733
2413.
2413.
Okay.
Yeah, 2413. That's it. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Everybody joined the link.
No, sir. Only like 7332413. Sir, still Jayit, Pranav, Ishan, Ahana.
There are only 7 people joined.
That's it.
Everybody join the link. Quiz link.
Sir, more.
Sir,
Sir, more 5 people to join. No, now 4.
Sir, Chaitanya M. Ahana.
3 people to join. Sir, which